A Course in Miracles, Lesson 293. All fear is past and only love is here. All fear is past because its source is gone and all its thoughts gone with it. Love remains the only present state, whose source is here forever and forever. Can the world seem bright and clear and safe and welcoming with all my past mistakes oppressing it and showing me distorted forms of fear? Yet in the present love is obvious and its effects apparent. All the world shines in reflection of its holy light, and I perceive a world forgiven at last. Father, let not your holy world escape my sight today, nor let my ears be deaf to all the hymns of gratitude the world is singing underneath the sounds of fear. There is a real world which the present holds safe from all past mistakes, and I would see only this world before my eyes today. Lesson 293. All fear is past and only love is here. The bright world beyond fear. All fear is past and only love is here. That's not a wish. That's a fact about the present. Because fear has no source in what's real. Fear was born from the belief in separation, a belief that's already been undone. So what are we really saying when we say all fear is past? We're saying that what never was is gone, and what remains, love, was never threatened at all. Let's slow it down. Jesus asks, can the world seem bright and clear and safe and welcoming with all my past mistakes oppressing it? That's not a poetic question. It's diagnostic. He's saying, if the world still looks dim, foggy, and unsafe, it's not the world. It's the memory of guilt casting a shadow across it. The word bright means giving off or reflecting a lot of light. So if the world isn't shining, what's blocking the reflection? Not the world, but the mind's cloud of judgment. Brightness is not something the world generates. It's what it reflects when the mind stops projecting. To see a bright world is to see the reflection of the holy mind shining through what was once darkened by self-concept. And what about clear? Clear means transparent, unclouded, easy to perceive. A mind made clear of grievances is a window with nothing on it. No fog, no smudge, no dust of the past. In that clarity, perception aligns with truth. What was seen as confusion becomes simple. What was heavy becomes light. And now the path home is obvious, because the blocks are gone. Then he adds, safe. Safe means free from harm. But harm was never real to begin with. Only the dreamer believed in danger, never the Christ within the dream. Love doesn't need a helmet. Love doesn't need protection because love cannot be attacked. When fear is gone, safety isn't something to achieve. It's what remains when nothing unreal is left to threaten it. Now the world feels welcoming. And look at that definition, behaving in a friendly way to a guest, a new arrival. When the mind stops defending, every moment becomes a new arrival. Every brother, every scene, every breath feels like an invitation home. The world stops being an enemy and becomes a mirror of innocence. The guest who was once fear is gone, and what's left is hospitality, the welcome of God's love reflected in form. The oppression of mistakes. So why does the world sometimes still seem dark, confused, unsafe and cold? Because the past mistakes are oppressing it. To oppress means to keep something in subservience by unjust authority. That's what guilt does. It uses the false authority of the ego to hold the mind hostage. The ego whispers, "You did this. You broke it. You must pay." And in believing that, the light gets buried beneath judgment's rubble. But there's no real power in that voice. It's an echo, the sound of nothing claiming it still exists. And it says the world is distorted. Distortion means pulled out of shape, misrepresented, twisted. That's what perception becomes when fear edits truth. The ego twists light into shadow, safety into threat, and love into bargaining. But what's twisted can be straightened, and what's misrepresented can be corrected. Because distortion can't undo reality, it can only veil it temporarily. The present holds everything, yet in the present love is obvious and its effects apparent. That's the pivot point. Love isn't hiding. It's obvious, meaning you can't miss it once the veil drops. Its effects are apparent: peace, stillness, gratitude, laughter. The Course says, the real world is the state of mind in which the only purpose of the world is seen to be forgiveness. That's what apparent means here, not subtle, not symbolic, but felt. The body might still appear, but perception is now used by the spirit, not the ego. Every sound, every light, every movement declares, nothing real can be threatened. All the world shines in reflection of its holy light. The it's here is love. And when love is recognized, the world becomes like a calm lake reflecting heaven. No ripples of guilt, no wind of judgment, just still reflection. That's what it means to perceive a world forgiven at last. The forgiven world is not a prettier illusion. It's a transparent one. It's the same world seen through the eyes of Christ. Nothing is changed in form. Everything is changed in meaning. The sound beneath the noise. Then comes the prayer. Father, let not your holy world escape my sight today. That's a call to vision, not eyesight. Because the holy world isn't out there, it's within the mind that sees no sin. And he adds, nor let my ears be deaf to all the hymns of gratitude the world is singing. Those hymns aren't on the radio. They're the inner harmonics of peace, the quiet gratitude underneath all appearances. What the ego calls the sounds of fear are just static, the hum of grievance, the buzz of judgment, the clatter of defense. But beneath that static is the hymn, the unified note of joy that never stopped playing. It's the hum of heaven. It's the quiet recognition that nothing real was ever lost. The real world in the present. There is a real world which the present holds, safe from all past mistakes. That's the key line. The real world isn't in the future, and it's not the afterlife. It's the now that's free of time's pollution. Safe from past mistakes because they don't exist here. The present is the altar where the mind lays down the relics of guilt. It's the open space where love can be remembered. And when the mind abides there, the world it sees reflects safety because it no longer believes in attack. It reflects brightness because the light is unobstructed. It reflects clarity because the glass has been wiped clean. It reflects welcome because the Son of God recognizes himself in everything he sees. So when Jesus asks, can the world seem bright and clear and safe and welcoming? He's not describing a moral condition. He's describing the healed perception of the holy instant. It's not the world that needs to change, it's the viewer. Once the past is released, the world shines. That's why all fear is past, because its source, the belief in separation, is gone. And that's why only love is here, because it's the only thing that was ever here. Metaphors for the mind. Picture fear as an old broadcast, still echoing in the mind's radio. The station's been shut down, but static still lingers. All fear is past because the transmitter's gone. Now the frequency of love is clear, strong, uninterrupted. Or think of the mind as a window. Every judgment smears it. Every grievance fogs it. Forgiveness is the simple act of cleaning the glass. And suddenly the light was never gone, it was only obscured. That's what it means when the Course says, the light has come. So can the world seem bright, clear, safe and welcoming? Yes, when there's nothing left to block the light. The Son of God sees only what's true when he's done believing in fear. And when he looks out upon the world through that clarity, he sees not a battlefield, but a mirror of heaven. All fear is past, only love is here.